What up, what up, what up? You already know it's Dev Nasty, aka Dangerous Dev Nasty, and I got an important announcement for y'all before we start the show today. Y'all been asking for this for 2 years, and it is finally here, yo. The Devinwade Show live. We will be live in the building, Dubai Nightclub, Camden, New Jersey, on September the 18th. It's a Sunday from 4 to 8 p.m. So it's a daytime joint, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be in the building. Walesca D gonna be in the building. Porta Rich gonna be in the building. The NASTYGIRLZ is gonna be in the building. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be mad twerky, twerk break, all that type of shit. Make sure that y'all come out and come rock with us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been asking for this for a while, you know what I mean?
For a while, by popular demand, highly requested. Listen, shout out to the people that put it together. We coming together. It's on the 18th, Sunday. Come out, vibe with us, man. It's gonna be live. Listen, it's the first time. First home stop, we stop at home.
It's gonna be great, y'all. It's gonna be great. So make sure that y'all go to eventbrite.com to go get your tickets now. All you gotta do is go in there, put the search bar, the Devinwade Show. You know what I'm saying? September 18th, Dubai Nightclub. We gonna see y'all there, y'all. Peace. This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Ace the Engineer, the only other audio engineer I trust to mix the Devinwade Show. If you want your stuff to sound professional, make sure to hit up Ace the Engineer, unless he's with like Beyonce or Patti LaBelle or some shit like that at the moment. Follow Ace the Engineer on IG at Ace the Engineer.
Dev Nasty.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Dangerous Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mama, a.k.a. Choke Your Papa, and the person gargling back there. We're going to get to them in a second.
Fucking my ad-lib up, man. Come
she
on.
fucking it up. That sounded like she was gurgling nut. That's what it sounded like, for real, for real. We've all heard that sound, and that's what that sounded like. You know, what y'all don't get to see is when the theme song is going on, there's a lot of dancing and everything like that. Porta was humping.
No, that's a dance. That's a new dance.
What's
It
that?
looks like that's
No,
how
it's-
the girl be on top of you while you.
Show us
No,
what it was.
I was actually doing the pretzel. Hey, I was going to tell y'all, but see, since Dev, now I got to bring it in a weird way. Because my new name is Pretzel P, right? Because I got a new dance called the Pretzel.
And what's this dance?
Well, you got the beat back on?
No. He said he can't do it. He
The
said he
Pretzel
can't.
is something like a, it's something like.
It just looks like a Porta Rich sex scene type situation.
No, it looks like when we have you in what's called the pretzel, where we twist your legs back. And we actually have you by your waist, and your legs is back. We almost got you folded like a folding chair. And
Is my stomach down in this situation, or is my ass
Your
down?
legs are up here.
I don't know where your stomach at, but I know my man is in there.
Yo, hey, listen.
That's all I know.
Of course, that's your boy Porta Rich.
I got you.
Yo,
Hold on, you got him with a gargle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Took one for the team.
Okay,
Boom.
Porta. And listen, and to the right of Porta Rich.
Here's your girl Walesca D. You already know the fashionista. I don't got any gargles, any none of that.
you
It's
might
just
have a
me.
little psst, because water makes a noise
No,
when
water is like
it's silent.
flat.
Oh.
Or it's like
Oh, a blip. Okay.
you know.
It's like a-
y'all already know. It's the best female dressing out here.
Oh.
You already know.
Tell him, Walesca D.
Listen, hold on, Dev, because I see you looking at the cards.
Hold on, can we introduce the NASTYGIRLZ? Well, you about to interrupt probably
Whenever
with
I
some
see you grab
bullshit.
cards.
You about to probably Porta Rich probably come with some bullshit.
Let's introduce our beautiful, sexy, super gorgeous nasties.
All right. I'm gonna keep it short. It's your girl Sin Titty in the place to be.
Thin titties. We changed it. It used to be City, but she got 2 new breasts.
Listen, y'all
It's
gonna hear
amazing.
about y'all gonna hear about these titties for the next 6
No,
months.
that's just my new name. Y'all gonna
Yeah.
hear about them until they drop. And,
Okay,
you know,
alright.
they here. And
Hold on, wait,
They here to
okay.
stay.
They here to
Okay.
stay. So, you know.
All right, and of course we got the mixed mud with the
the
big
big
bud.
Yo, but literally,
Hey, yo.
No,
wait,
You know what?
wait,
No,
wait.
Monica, we be giving you the opportunity, right? To do your little, you know what?
I'm calling
And this
people.
is-
I
who
feel
you
like that's
calling?
like a call.
No.
The euro.
No, listen, this is the thing. Monica is
Lord.
so white. And she keep fucking
telling
with
me
these.
that's not
and
what- that's not how it
keeps
sounds?
she keep fucking with these
Hood
street
niggas.
niggas, right?
Hood
And
niggas.
next thing you know, she trying to throw out a yerp. She can't throw the yerp. She can't throw out the yerp. She can't throw out the yerp.
There's a P there?
Listen, no, sometimes there's a P and sometimes it's the yerp. She can't do the yerp. She says niggas. She was like, I just met a new nigga.
I did just mean to niggas.
fucking my ad-libs all up. And listen, y'all know we call it a mixed mud with the big bud. The big bud been in the way all day today.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
move, like, get out the way.
Yeah. Now, what was you about to cut me off about, Porter?
No, listen, because I was just watching, before I came here, I was watching a few movies, right? Earlier today, just glancing at a few classics and
You
shit.
was watching that while you was working. Noted.
Damn, Donnie Brasco, the rat. Big, but anyway, it's all good. But listen, so I wanted to ask y'all, right? Because I was watching, I think it was Menace that I was watching, right? And everybody watched Menace to Society, right?
Good movie.
And I wanted to bring to the table a scenario from kind of like Menace to Society and bring it to the real table and ask my friends, right? In Menace to Society, Kane was a young bull to the old head.
I love Kane.
Right. And the old head ended up getting locked up.
Hold on, don't disrespect the old head Purnell, nigga.
Yeah, LG Bobby Johnson.
Bro,
Wait,
it's
no,
a
that's a
different.
different movie.
I know, but we all really, you know, that's just where
That's
a lot of
Colors.
people
We
know
not
him from.
watching, we not talking about colors. We
Well, let
talking
me
about
not-
Menace to Society.
Right, and we've seen him in plenty of stuff, so let me not disrespect that man.
Hey.
But anyway, he goes to jail. Kane is his young bull, and Kane is left kind of like to help out his girlfriend, and her son. Her and his son.
Technically, they were broken up. But go ahead.
But well, we ain't gonna
Hold
get
on,
into
where are you going with this?
Hold on, wait. I want to ask y'all. We ain't even gonna get into broken up and all that. Let's just say they was together, whatever. If your best friend goes to jail, catches a body tomorrow, right? And you single in your life, right? We're changing the scenario. Put this all in your head. You're single. Your best friend catches a body. He rocks 3-4 people.
All right, we know. ¿Qué
all right.
pasó?
He's never coming home again. He feels like you like the closest man that he knew that really is on the type times he be on. Y'all got it. You know, that's why you his homie. You know.
Okay.
And he wants you, if his girl got to be with somebody and if his son got to be around somebody else, he would, because he's never coming home again.
All right, hold on. Let's time out. Let's get to the story.
Would you be able to be
Basically-
that friend?
Basically, Purnell wanted Kane to deal with, what was Jada's name in the movie?
It's crazy that it was Jada Pinkett.
I know, but anyway,
I can't remember.
he wanted Kane to deal with her because she fucked with him. It wasn't because he knew he was a thorough young boy or whatever. No, he could tell how much she fucked with him because of how she spoke about him.
No, listen,
So
you're
there's a
right, you're right, you're
different-
right,
there's a
and you're
different-
wrong. You're right, and you're wrong.
How am I wrong?
Because he definitely like, okay, he probably knew that Jada was slightly, taken by the young boy and was slightly like mesmerized by the young boy, into him a little bit. But he also knew that Kane was a super good nigga.
No,
but-
Hold on. Slow down, let me build. Kane's character in Menace, he was a good dude coming from a good household that was caught up around his other homies who was treacherous and had been subjected to the neighborhood that they was from.
Fact.
But he also knew that Kane was a good guy. He wanted a good guy to be around his son and his girl that he could no longer ever be around.
Yeah, but I think that was so I don't know what we talking about here really, but I know that I do agree with what Wally's saying is the fact that what he saw was that I think that part was secondary.
Yeah.
I think what he saw was that Kane, and we gonna get to the show. We ain't start the show yet, but he saw that Kane and her, he knew that they loved each other and that he might not be moving on because of his loyalty to him.
Right.
That he wasn't gonna leave the hood because of the loyalty to him. So he said, Kane is okay. Leave with my girl and y'all do y'all thing. Cause also what Porta said, I know that you a good dude.
Right.
So that was like secondary. The main thing was don't leave the hood because of some loyalty to me. Because obviously he don't want him to be locked up in the same way he was. But I guess what you're asking, Porter, is would I do that? No. My answer, I'm gonna tell you, the answer is no.
Right.
Because it's plenty. I'm not. Him wanting me to date his girl don't have nothing to do with my feelings for his girl.
Well, no, but hold on, right? What about if you do feel, because Kane did feel for her though.
Right.
So what about if you do kind of feel for her a little bit? You in there, you helping young boy out, like what Richie was saying. You know what I'm saying? You super thorough. You coming in, you dropping bread, like you kind of like that man, and you starting to really like vibe with her.
And you know he can never be back with her again.
Yeah, so
she needs somebody.
So this is the thing. I don't feel like it's necessarily a violation, obviously, if everybody involved in that is you know what I mean?
Is aligned,
but I don't think that's for me.
Got you.
You know, I don't like the idea that I'm there because homie is in that bad situation. I could still be there for them without that being.
You would have never took it that far then.
Yeah, I don't even see myself being all in love with. I have my own fucking girl that I'm too busy with.
Didn't, though?
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep that in mind.
No.
I
understand what I'm saying is that wouldn't even be my option. If you was looking at in his situation, he was putting all his love energy kind of into that.
Yeah.
The other chicks he was dealing with was random fucking like bird bitches. He wasn't even like trying to fuck with no other girl. So I would never be in that situation. So I'm saying that's not for me, but I'm not against somebody else if they all come to that agreement.
I actually probably would say the same. I agree with y'all. I think y'all made marvelous points. And I think we both right. You know, I can agree that I think we both right, because I definitely felt like he had to feel like not, because he wouldn't have did that with O-Dog.
Nah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have did that with O-Dog. It would have been like, oh, hell no.
Right.
Don't have my boy around him. Like, so that's all I'm trying to say is that he knew baby boy was solid too. But definitely.
Would you do that though?
Me personally, I don't think I would be able to do it. Honestly, I don't think I would be able to do it. And it's just me, just how I'm cut. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's like getting into details about me and how I'm designed, and that's a long story. Like, y'all know I'm different. Like, I just don't operate on certain shit. Like Dev said, Dev made a good point. There's plenty guys out here.
Yeah.
It's millions of people out here. You know what I mean? So
you know what's funny? I think when it comes with women, this happens with women a lot. So I'm gonna give you an example. This is one example, but what happens is, like, for example, if somebody passed away, right? Say if your son's father passed away, and this is probably a little extreme situation, but it's always the homie that comes in, he want to look out, and then eventually be trying to like holler. So, and then even vice versa, even in that situation, I never really seen a jail situation where a guy's locked up and he give another guy an okay to do so. Like, that shit is crazy to me. But
yo, hold on. What the fuck is going on where Porta is over here? What is happening? Our show, you know that this show is the R word, retarded. What the hell is going on? Is Monica back here showing her butt?
Monica back there putting dildos in her ass live on the show.
So Monica's putting dildos in her ass during the show. I knew something.
She messing with me and
I was
Els.
like, said, watch Porta.
Yeah, she know we both over here and we watch it. No, it's a whole big.
First she put it in my butt, and then she goes, watch Porta.
It's freakier than a dildo. It's actually an ice cold water bottle that she's putting in between her. Hey
yo!
And it looks like a quarter water. Because the ass is eating it. Her ass is eating the bottle.
Let me come sit down.
It looked like the small waters because her ass swallowed the whole bottle.
Hey yo, check this out, man. We gonna auction off that bottle of water to one of your nasty ass fans that might want to lick the bottle or something like that.
They
you feel
definitely
what I'm saying?
will.
We're gonna auction that joint off.
That's a good joint.
She gonna sign it. Y'all get to sniff it, beat off with it, do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, not to cut. because we gonna get back to your
No, go
crazy
ahead.
self. But would you be able, like on a female type tip, right? With a female type situation, I know it's rare for like a female to kind of like go to jail for like life or some shit like that. But if your friend just told you, Wally, you know, God forbid if something ever happened to me, and you know she don't have like a whole lot of other people. She was a very private person. And she tells you, Wally, just make sure my baby, you know, I don't know how it was said, because I don't think nobody would just tell you straight up.
I would really want us to put it in her position, like vice versa, like meaning like me being her in the movie rather than like me being Kane. Like if I was her, would I like
deal with the friend?
With the friend?
Okay, I like that.
That's a hard question. And the reason why it's not about like dealing with the friend because you can or whatever. I think it's just more of like if there's a connection built, if the energy's there, I can't stop how I feel about somebody or how I, you know, feel around that person. So like if that feeling is there and that feeling is real and my baby dad gives the okay and this is what we're doing, I'll do that.
You know, I'm going to tell you why that would be crazy. Because if something happened crazy and that nigga's sentence get commuted, he get a pardon or something like that, or he pull off a shout out to Andre Norman, shout out to Andre Norman, and he was to get himself out of prison. How does that work? Because a lot of niggas,
like, do you get him back?
They gonna show up and be like, yo, I want my family back. Cuz
it's simple. You set him up.
Yo, that's come on.
Oh, that's why.
They on some that's some old shit on Power where they said motherfucking Kanan and
I'm only playing Porta and shit like that. But if he was to come home, I mean, he already made the decision. So it would be something that he kind of like got to live with.
No, but that's the thing is he made that decision and Porta kept saying over and over again, he not getting out.
But he made it in that mindset that he wasn't going to get out.
And now he out because he was like, I wanted my family taken care of and now I'm back and I'm going to take care of them.
But you know, she didn't fuck with him like that.
Yeah, in that situation.
In that situation, she really didn't fuck with him. Like she was even annoyed going to visit him.
The craziest part is she was mad at him for the shit he was doing, going to jail, but Kane was out popping niggas and robbing niggas.
But she felt like she could get to him and be like, nah.
Kane had the potential to be changed and she knew it.
But still, no matter what, it's funny how people like judge people when they get caught based off of the nigga that didn't get caught. They did the same shit.
Right, but she was trying to get him out of that. She would constantly have talks with him like, yo, don't be like, because she felt as though he was doing that because of him. Like, I gotta like, you know, have this reputation for my old head. I gotta like hold it down. And she like, no, you don't need to do that.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like she thought she could get that opportunity to help him that's why she wanted him to move with her to Atlanta.
She almost saw him. I get what Wally's saying, because she almost saw him as like the perfect Purnell.
Yeah.
Like she could have made him the better Purnell.
Right. Yeah.
Like you come from this cloth, I get it, and that was your old head, but because he just, you know, he came from a church family.
Yeah, he even said don't be like me.
Yeah,
he said it.
He came from a church household. We remember the movie, right? So it was different. And
his grandparents, you know, his mom and dad, you know, his mom was a heroin addict. The dad was like,
yeah, he saw his dad shoot people during card games, nigga. Yeah, he was already like 9, 10.
That was and no lie, that's still one of the best scenes in movies.
Yeah, the beginning.
Ever.
Yeah. The beginning. That was probably when he had
said,
that
what you think?
on.
What you think? You Ron Brown motherfucker? Like I forgot that John went, but it was crazy.
He said, what? He had that cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah. That was Samuel L. Nigga got more. But that ain't what the show is about. I'm not doing it. Period. Point blank. But we got to talk about this.
That was good.
We have a lot of discussions on finances, relationship, who pays the bills, all this type of stuff. But the one thing we never talk about is at what point does that come in? When you meet a new person, Wally, when you meet a new person, Sin, and y'all dealing with each other, when is the right time for y'all to even discuss finances? When does it happen?
I think it happens when, depending on what you're building on, right? When you're dating someone and y'all kind of building into something where y'all about to be serious and it's about to be a situation where, like, you know, you're like, oh, okay, like, I can see, you know, we about to be in a relationship. I think that's when, before you even say we about to be in a relationship, but y'all know that's what y'all working towards, I feel like y'all need to have a conversation on where y'all stand in regards to, like, you know, expectations. And I have those conversations, but again, I'm 33 years old. Like, I've experience. I'm not gonna say like I'm the most experienced person, but like I've learned from my past experiences that you need to have these conversations up front, especially for a woman like me who's independent that holds it down on her own already. So what you're coming into is a situation where it's like it's already established. So it's like, okay, say if this person, you know, has his own crib, are you going to move in with me? Am I going to move in with you? Are we going to, you know, those type of questions you kind of need to have and be like, okay, so what does that look like? So if you move in with me, I'm going to want you to pay the rent and, you know, I'll pay everything else. Or what do you feel like is a happy medium? It's just like kind of like being honest and raw,
right.
And
So
then
if
however they feel.
So real quick, if you said you just talked about how, you know, as a woman, you held it down on your own, you did all of this. What if he said that's one of the things that's most attractive about you? So since you hold it down on your own, and
Keep holding it down.
yeah, like I like the fact that you hold it down on your own. So why would I move into your crib and pay your rent if one of the things that I think is dope about you is you hold it down on your own?
I'm like, that's great, but you're not living here for free.
Okay, so there's a difference between living there for free and saying I'll come in and I'll take care of half that or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
But the discussion's not about that because we could beat a dead horse. It's not really about that part. It's when do you get into when's appropriate for you to get into the details of that, because if you
I
just
think
say
it's before Dev. I think it's before that relationship, before you jump into that relationship.
I think there's a couple different stages of conversation. So I feel like you kind of, before you start dating somebody, you kind of already know what you guys both do. You kind of already have an idea of what kind of job you do and what the income looks like based on the job.
do you think that?
I do. Like if I say I work in retail, then you kind of have an idea I'm not making six figures.
Okay.
I mean, you could.
I mean, you could, depending on your status.
Yeah.
But most likely, no.
Most likely
No.
You're not. So you kind of already have an idea based on like what their job is. But when you guys start dating, okay, I do this. You are say you're in graphic design or whatever, or say you have a job that's more based off of commissions. So you do art and, you know, all your income comes in based on what you sell. So you kind of have an idea of what you and your partner make. So you're going to have an idea of what sacrifices you're going to have to make. So like, say if he doesn't have a steady income coming in, then maybe I have a steady income coming in and I'll cover the rent and then you'll cover the utilities because your income's not coming in as rapidly as mine is. And that's still helping. So that's one. Two, I feel like the second stage of conversation when it comes into finances is when you're getting married.
Girl, you gotta do that before.
No, that's why I'm saying it comes in different stages.
Oh, okay.
You know the stage when you first start dating. That's a conversation you need to have.
I get what you're saying. Like it's almost like it goes to another level of the conversation.
You guys are building together, constantly growing together. So finances are going to change. So it's going to have to be a conversation that you guys are going to have to talk about all the time throughout different.
I always say quarterly is a good time to have.
Okay, Mrs. Streets.
I mean, no, because I've been in a relationship where I split the bills with somebody, but it was like 50-50. When rent was due, say rent was $1,100. What's half of $1,100? I was paying that. You got your half. You got your money order. I got my money order. Right. Then in my relationship now, even when I moved in with Andrew, it was okay. So are you going to pay half the bills? Initially, that was the plan, and then I got pregnant, and then plans have changed, and that kind of took my role into a different role. Now we're not building together in an ideal way. Now he's like, you save up, we have a baby on the way, I got this, but if I ask you for something, you're gonna help me, right? And that's kind of like the agreement that we have. So depending on different stances and situations in your life, I feel like it's always good to have that conversation and revamp. Because even now, I don't work. And I told him he asked me the other day, if you go back to work, are you going to help out with something? Yes. If you ask me for anything, of course I will give it to you.
It's those healthy conversations, though.
Yeah. I got mixed feelings about it, right? Like, I feel like if I wasn't really thinking, I would say right from the rip, let's just, what do you do? Because I guess that's kind of like natural. That's kind of like the question. Yeah. That's the natural question, right? What do you do for a living, right? I would kind of like want to say right from the rip, right? And the reason why I say that is because, like, once we get that out there, it's like we can go ahead and clear the air on just if we're okay with one another as far as lifestyles go, goals and goal oriented
can
and
move forward.
work field type shit, whatever. We could clear the air with that. But at the same time, I feel like it's almost like a tool for finesse. Where when you tell people what you do for a living, it's like if the person is that type of person, it's like almost like you, because this is why a lot of people who for real wealthy, they hide their wealth. You got guys that run around and you'll never know. They in a Honda Accord.
And that's how they keep
when
their
they in
wealth.
Target getting their dispensaries, you never know this nigga's a billionaire. Right? Like, and they don't want to be recognized as that because they know that they attract the vultures for wealth, for money. So
you know what's crazy? Because opposite is opposite for women, right? Like women, if we dress like that and we're billionaires or whatever, like we won't get hit on, we won't get, you know, whatever, like, but it's like, oh, she a bum, you know, whatever. But I think for women, we got to carry ourselves in a certain way. I feel like y'all look at us in a different light, not more of like, y'all really won't care if we're a billionaire or millionaire to some degree. Like for the most part, y'all wouldn't really care. I think y'all look at things in regards to like, okay, you go to her crib, is her mattress on the floor? Does she have a bed frame? You know, where her crib is.
And how thick is she if that mattress on the floor? And how pretty and thick is she?
You see?
Because we might could give a pass.
Right.
She might have broke the bed frame and it might have hit the curb and now her mattress is on the floor.
Listen,
that means somebody broke that shit.
No, she's too thick.
If you bad and struggling,
niggas will come through.
and you cool, you ain't a whole
And that's gonna make them not even want to elevate because niggas are taking care of them. There's no need. There's no need to even want to work hard because I'm gonna be taken care of regardless.
I'm not thinking about it from a vulture standpoint.
You're just thinking
I'm
regular.
trying because I wanna jump off of what y'all said. How does you finding out a dude's a graphic artist tell you how much he make?
No, it doesn't tell me how much he makes, but it definitely tells me how often and how steady and how reliable his income is.
Yeah, but still, when I say when you ask about finances,
Now,
it don't matter if he only get a job every 2 months or twice a month. If he might end up making 30 racks a month off of the type of jobs that he do.
You know how
if that's how it is, and that's mad dope for him, and then we would discuss that, and it would be.
So this is the thing is, who discusses that? Because that sound good but when is a broad going to sit there on some first dates with a nigga talking about how much money you make a year?
You're not going to ask him how much, though. These are the things. I'm a question queen. So I'm going to ask where you live, you know, and then at some point, you're not going to ask that first day, like, how much money you make. You never, I don't think that's even appropriate for anybody to ask how much they make right in the first date, I'm saying.
So not in the first date, but the question is when, I want to get the answer.
So you want
when is the time where niggas start talking about how their finances work?
Until I'm in a little bit more into we're about to be in a relationship.
So you think before a nigga's your girlfriend, he going to explain to you how much money he making?
Before a nigga's your girlfriend.
I mean, excuse me. Before,
I know what you meant.
I fucked up.
I know what you meant.
Oh yeah.
I know what you meant.
Before you're a nigga's girlfriend, he's going to start telling a chick that he go on dates with that's not his girl.
No, but you got to think about. I'm saying he will, because let me tell you something.
You'd be surprised.
I'm dating someone now. We've been dating since fucking December.
Shout out to the homie.
Shout out to him. You know, I know a lot, but we have conversations as adults. But we spend a lot of time together. So it's like when you building and spending a lot of time with that person, you're going to start to really you're going to feel comfortable enough to have those conversations. I'm going to share information. He's going to share information. And at this point, I mean, since December, that's a decent amount of time in that we're not in a relationship, but we building. But now we know where we stand. And I'm like, if we do move in together, what does that look like?
So it's the situationship before the relationship, which is where you're finding out all this information.
Right, because then at that point, you're going to have to come down and sit down and be like, listen, all right, we about to go into this relationship. You give the person an option to even stay or go. Like, okay, are you going to be able, and they got to be honest, are you going to be able to hold it down? Are you going to be able, what do you want? You want to do 50-50? Okay, then that works, but then I want you to do this.
A lot of guys tell me what they make in a year on the first date. So I can't really relate to like, when do I find out? They do it in like a obvious, you know, flaunting way.
But is that a tool for finesse?
No.
Wally just said they showing off.
I just went on it. Yeah.
That's what any nigga. See, this is where I want to go into what Porter said and it got to do with what she said.
Okay.
Any nigga that tells you what he makes on a first date
He finesse.
is telling you that so that he could get in your brain, you could jump on his dick, and he could get to the pussy faster.
Right.
That is just not I don't give a fuck if a nigga make 50,000 or 8 million.
Right.
You do not just bring up to a chick on a date how much. And I know niggas, some of my niggas, they do that.
Yeah.
It's for a reason. And back to what Porta said, that's where it sets up for the finesse. So if you just dating a guy, Wally, and that's not your boyfriend, and he tells you what you saying, boy told you what he make, right? You the type of woman that he's safe doing that. But a lot of men not gonna tell a woman that didn't even commit to being a girl what they make, because that thing might be the catalyst that makes her make the choice. Because not many women that's kind of fucking with you and you on a date and then you finally tell them, I make $3.5 million a year.
Guys,
that's where they're going to make the choice right then. I'm going to be with him. So a nigga going to want you to already say, you my girl, before I tell you what dollar amount you're going to benefit with, from fucking with me.
I can understand why you would feel that way, because there are women out here that would do that, right? That would pick the guy that makes the 3.5 million.
I think majority.
I was gonna ask you what the percentage was, because I
wouldn't say the majority probably, but dealing with men that made millions or like been hit those M's before, that shit come with bullshit. So I know what that come with. So I'm not gonna pick the 3.5 million nigga.
So
off the bat, you're gonna start
the bat, because it's like at that point I need to. That's why I'm like with him. I gotta get to know you. I know you make a couple dollars. I already know just based off of the industry he's in. So and I kind of already see.
But how you know the difference is if the nigga told you, I know that I'm in this industry. And I know that it looked like this, that, the third, but since we being honest with each other, I'm gonna keep it real. Man, this shit, a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
I drive company cars, I do all of this. At the end of the day, I make $37,000 a year. It's just that my job come with perks.
Right.
So I fly on these planes, I get to drive these cars, and I don't have that. They pay my rent. So my money that I get, because that's how a lot of these jobs are.
No, for sure.
The money that I get, I could do what I want with because I drive a company car, I do all of that. That definitely, because when we talk about finances, affects how you see your life with this person. If you say so, basically, if I fuck with him, upon him losing this job, he don't got nothing, because that's where his cars get taken back and everything. And
but then that's when you ask. But that's when you ask, because you gotta kind of know what else they want to do. If that person, you talking to them like, okay, I'm doing this, right? I make this amount of money, but I want to do X, Y, and Z. This is what I'm working towards. If you're not working towards nothing else outside of that, and that's your situation, that's not gonna work for me. And it's not about the amount that he's making a year. It's about the contentment that you have in that situation.
So what if the person is like, yeah, I do this because I work for this label. Now, if I get to this next position, they're going to move me up to 65. If I get to the next position after that, I make 85.
Right.
I'm trying to get all the way to the joint that pay 300.
Right.
But he don't got no real control over that. He just putting in the work, right? So if something could make you fall back based off of the fact that, wait a minute, homie only make 37, then a person can't tell me that him saying I make 10 M's a year at the gig isn't a catalyst if you already like him. You already fuck with him. You
very
think
appealing.
You think it's already dope. It's kind of like, I'll kind of skip a couple steps to bust that move based off of the fact that I already like him. He dope, whatever. But on top of that, he got 10 M's a year.
I think in those situations, both parties get exactly what they looking for, right? Because the female, let's say it's a female that jumps on it, and when she hears the 10 M, that really pushes her over the edge to jump on it, right? And she says, "Oh, I'm with this nigga. It's on." She's wrong for that, because you want some materialistic shit. That's the only reason why you really hopping. The dude, he set himself up, right? Because you're frauding. So when she really finds out what you really make and who you really are, and she does decide, even though she was wrong too.
But why is he frauding?
Because if he was talking like he made 10 M's.
Well, he do.
I thought you said he really only made 37.
No, I'm telling, no, not at all, Porter. I'm saying
he's
that
on two different guys.
Two different people. If one nigga might really be like, I make 10 M's, but he don't want to tell a woman that he make 10 M's before she agreed to be his girlfriend.
I think if he really likes her, he's not sharing that information. If he just want to hit it, he's sharing the information.
So, but
aren't you gonna want to know before you make him?
So this
your
is what I'm
man,
saying.
How much he's
we just said, when do we have that conversation? So if you asking those type of questions, Wally, or any of the women, if because you want to kind of know where we going to stand, you actually putting him in the position where it's like, well, now she done asked me, because she wants to know what this life is going to be about. I didn't want to disclose this, but okay, I make 10 M's a year.
But I'm saying,
if you ask him though, that may make him not want to be with you, because he's like, why is she asking me? She's not even my girl yet. Now I don't even want to date her.
But this is the thing. See, y'all missing my point when it comes to not being a girl yet. When we working towards a relationship, when we working towards we know we're gonna be in a relationship. Yeah. We're just developing and working onto something, because for me, I've jumped in relationships. So this is my first time really dating somebody without like a commitment. Like, we have a commitment, like we're not going to be intimate with anybody else, but we're not in a relationship. So this is my first time doing this, but I like it because I'm getting to know this person. I'm really like diving in, because at the end of the day, if we come to that, we already have a mark. We're like, okay, in August, we're going to figure out what we're going to do. If this is something we're going to move forward with, if we're not, but at least we're not leaving each other with bad blood. If I say next month, you know what? I don't want to move forward with this relationship, or, move into a relationship with you. At least we cool, because we already know that one of us we're either gonna do it or we're not gonna do it.
What's the biggest difference between you guys being in a relationship and you guys dating?
I think the biggest difference, number one, is that we're not living together. Number one. Number two, I feel like.
Hold on. So you think as soon as you get in a relationship with somebody, you should live in the house with them?
I think we definitely need to move in together.
Oh shit!
But that's just me. That's just me. Not everyone.
I can see that.
That's just me.
To me, it's like the same thing that I brought up before. I get what she's saying, because it's the same thing that I brought up before about a friend of mine who said, we getting right to the rip with shit. If you ready and you telling me, like, I'm letting you know I'm ready, this is my situation, I would want that, I like you, whatever. And if another person feels like that, I mean, don't get me wrong, that ain't really like something that I've done, like just jumping right into shit like that. Yeah. But I can understand it. I can understand how, like, because at the end of the day, we talked about this before.
What we doing here?
We're like, a lot of times people wait, we talk about this before, where a lot of times, you got guys, because we dogs, you know how we do. Yeah. If I really want that pussy, I'll play games with a year, but that's 2 years with you.
That's two leaps in one to me.
Yeah, have you ever heard that people change when you move in with them? Like, what if they're a completely different person? Y'all talking like how you guys are talking now, then y'all move in and you're like, oh, well, we set all these goals first.
But at least
she's dating though.
But at least, in while this actually works out good with Wally's theory, because what she's doing she's jumping right into that part instead of wasting the time of, I'm boyfriend, girlfriend with you for 6 months, a year. Then we moved in and I found out that you was hard to live with.
Or y'all guess what?
And then what happens when you guys break up?
Dev, sometimes that process takes 5 years.
Yeah. But I do like what she's saying too, is in that 6 months, a year, that it was like, we're boyfriend, girlfriend official. We don't live together. But then you start seeing the kinks. We not finding out where we gonna live, arguing over who dog this is, all the shit that comes with we live in the same house furniture. Because for me personally, that would be two leaps at once. One, I made her my girl, and then instantly we lived in the same house. Right. It almost feels like if we doing all that, we just get married on the first fucking day.
Right.
The thing is, though, that's what I'm moving towards. I'm 33 the fuck years old. Yeah. I'm not playing these games. Like, you know what I'm saying? We dating, we gonna move in, we working towards marriage. So it's all about having communication, and I think that's where we fuck up.
Soon you gonna get a wrinkle.
Stages.
Huh?
Soon you gonna get a wrinkle.
What?
I thought he said
He's saying when you get old, you're gonna get a wrinkle. Your first wrinkle.
That's a fact.
I thought he said like wrinkle.
No.
Like
Ring.
I was like,
No,
okay.
I'm just saying, like, we gotta have, like, we gotta have conversations. And Dev, that's why people get in those situations where it's like, you know, you got that nigga that's telling you, yeah, I make 10 million. She's like, oh, yeah? And she's like, oh, okay. So she's dealing with him, and then next thing you know, he whipping her ass. It's just like, you know.
Our next thing you know, he's telling 5 other girls that he's
he
making 10 million.
and it's like, come on. Like, we gotta.
Well, that's the other part. If you say, yeah, because I know already this going to be a relationship, how do you know? People we don't know.
I mean,
And like we honestly we don't know. That's what the dating and talk. That's what the dating and talking stage is for. So that's why this is a question that I haven't really seen nobody ask or whatever. And we definitely want the people in the comments to tell us whether it's a certain amount of dates, whether it's a certain amount of months. When do you have those discussions of this is the exact income that I have coming in or out? Because it's crazy. Because like with me, I've been with my girl. I've been with my girl for so many years, right? And all she know is things get handled.
Right.
It wasn't until a fucking few months ago that I gave her a breakdown of the actual finances. You know what I'm saying? Before that point, I didn't say, this is how much this costs and this is how much I'm paying for this and I have this business. And so I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about we already in a situation for 5+ years. Because at the end of the day, I just looked at it like everything is paid for, ain't it? Everything is taken care of. So it wasn't a thing where I was breaking down, this is the dollar amount on this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying?
I think certain people too that are into like, you know, because I didn't ask him necessarily. It was just a conversation. We were talking about like what it would look like, you know, we lived together, what that would look like. And then that's when that conversation happened. But like directly asking somebody, that's different.
I had a chick ask me on a first date, straight up, because I took a L for a homie. We ran into it. Listen, we was in the mall back in the day. We seen one of the baddest chicks we ever saw in our life. We both loved her instantly. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was on. He hollered at her, bagged her. You know what I'm saying? And then he begged me to go out to eat with the friend because she had a friend with her. And I was like, I don't like her. You know what I mean? But homie code. We gonna roll.
Yep.
We go on the date. The joint is so rude the whole date. I couldn't stand her. And it wasn't just because I didn't fuck with her look. It was, I could deal with it and play it off.
Right.
But she's asking me those type of questions like, so how much you make a year?
Oh my goodness.
Like she was on that type of time.
Like, bitch, I ain't really here for you.
I was going to say, I'm not even here for you. I'm here for him.
Super.
But you could use that to your advantage because they're friends.
You could be like, I make 10 million
if you really wanted the other girl, you know girls talk.
But this is the crazy part. But my man.
Oh, they were already set in stone.
My man had the other one.
He called this.
He had the other one. That was dibs. He was rocking what he was rocking. But it's crazy because like a month later, I ran into that John, the one. She started hollering, talking to me and wanted to fuck with me. And I couldn't because my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he didn't even all he did was eat with her that night.
So what do you mean you could?
She fucked with me more. He didn't like that. He really wanted the joint. He was kind of stuck on the joint.
But when you ran into her, they weren't talking anymore?
With your vibe, though.
So when you ran into her again, they weren't talking anymore?
No.
And you still
she fuck with your vibe.
But you and your homie don't believe in like, one of us should pop.
No. I would have hoped that's what he thought, but nah, he was like, nah, I don't want.
See, that's why. Listen,
that was a lost one.
Hold on. Guys.
That's selfish.
We can't be suckers.
Yeah.
We can't be suckers. We can't be suckers.
Right.
If she more into the homie,
leave it up to the girl.
It's okay.
He was trying. He was trying to spin the block on it.
No. It's really okay.
She was trying to spin the block on it.
Guess what? She goes away and gets popped by strangers.
By strangers.
At least the homie could have popped and could have shared it. You know, like, nigga, it was.
No, I got a question though. Just like, I think it's still along the same lines. But Wally, would you date somebody that, like how you're dating the guy now, what if he didn't want a relationship right now? Like, would you be able to date someone that doesn't want a relationship right now, but could that will in the future?
No. Because there's too many niggas waited in line. Next.
Okay.
I'm just saying. That's
I was just curious.
I'm 33. Oh, I'm 33 years old.
No, but let's say he doesn't want a relationship right now, but you guys gave a mark in August.
Yeah, well, technically, I gave him till December.
Okay.
To figure it out. I told him, I was like, listen, I'm giving you a year of my time. Because let me tell you something, Monica. My time costs. My time is more valuable than any material, dollar, anything.
Let me ask you, how would you feel if that time come and he like, all right, well, time's up. It was fun.
I was like, all right, well, but I already had in my mind it was just to that mark, so I can't even be mad at it because I gave you a date.
You wouldn't feel like it was a breakup?
No, I wouldn't feel like it was.
I would be devastated.
I would feel away because the love that I have for him. But in my mind, I would have to like
prepare myself
to know that he's gonna be like, and I have to move forward.
So when the deadline comes, you're gonna feel like you were broken up with. You don't sleep with anybody else, and you don't talk to anybody else. Is that not a relationship?
She can talk to someone else.
I can go on dates with other people. I can.
They're just exclusively fucking.
They're just exclusively fucking.
I mean, don't get it fucked up. I believe that yes, two people would definitely still, because it's feelings. Everything done grew, right?
Yeah, sure.
But at the end of the day, if we know that kind of like we can't see the ending to this, we can't can't see it, and we more or less kind of like see it going nowhere or no goal with it. It's like, I understand it. I'm on the same type time.
You know what I don't like about that situation though? The entitlement of it. Because you guys are exclusively fucking and you're dating, I would feel a sense of entitlement, and then they could always just pull we're not in a relationship.
Yo, no, I honestly feel what
you're talking about. We're not in a relationship.
So me, this the craziest part. This the craziest part, how I am from the rip. If I fuck with a June, I kind of let it be known kind of early, like, I'm trying to make you my girl right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's get right to it right now. Right now, I don't want no violation, no room. Listen, no auditions with other niggas, because it does.
That's real though.
No, the reason because that's what you going on a date with another person. Because the truth is, there's a lot of dynamic human beings in the world, not just you, nigga. Be sure of this. You are not the only one. And when you open that floor to keep, it's like a job search. You want to get the job, sign a contract. You don't want them keep looking at other motherfuckers' resumes and shit like that.
But there is benefits to what she's doing, because it's going to make them work harder to get the prize.
To be honest,
the prize.
Listen.
And it'll also scare other people away.
Hold on. Wait. How does it make you work harder for the prize if you already get the pussy?
I was talking about a situation where Wally wasn't getting this.
No. So you already...
How you say the park was closed? But you just said that. Hold on. 1 + 1 is not equal 4.
Hold on. No. What she's saying is the park is closed because only one person had the ticket.
Yes.
Listen, I like what Dev said.
But they don't have a... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
They don't have a year-long contract just till August.
I don't think Wally could just cut the dick off just like that, though.
That's kind of hard. And I don't want to be masturbating all the time. That's kind of corny.
So, nigga, no, I actually got an extendo on my contract.
Right.
Damn, I might want to circle back to
Damn.
Yeah, I might.
No, that's a good deal for a nigga, because if
you gotta text me, we gotta have a conversation when I get home.
Yeah. Can we extend the talking period?
Can we just run it back one more time?
Listen,
one more time ends up 3 years
I was
after.
gonna say, when Monica said it makes them work harder, though, I think she was talking about the guys who she's not sleeping with. It makes them work harder.
Nah, they do be going 100%.
But even
him, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, he know. He be like, nah, niggas is in line for it. He be, but I think, and I know for him why I know for both of us why we're doing it the way we doing it, because it's like, yeah, we've been in situations where we're like, we jump straight into those relationships, and look,
that's real.
Them shits don't last.
Yeah,
that's why. Listen,
I spent 3 years of my life 3 years of my life with my ex, and it was like, why did I do that? Like, I think it just wasn't worth it.
Listen, Dad said something so important, right, and so major. It's so many dynamic people in this world, right? And they dynamic in different departments, right? So that's what makes it crazy, It's a variety of what people can do and what people are special at. So my whole shit is just like, that's why loyalty reigns so supreme, right? The real happy people. Let's talk about the real happy people, right? And even right now, we in a bad time for people in pursuit of happiness. I believe we're in the past couple years we've been in, and just where we've hit at a new millennium. I believe we're in the worst time for people pursuing happiness when it comes to like relationships and commitments and all that type shit. But again, that's why loyalty reigns so supreme. Because if you can take one person and pick one person out of billions and say, I'm riding this wave and I'm going to build on, no, it's all love.
Well,
no, it's good.
I'm going to build on happiness. I'm going to build on everything I need to build on with this one person, right? A lot of people in the world we live in, listen, it's just so much of everything. Even us, like Dad said, there's so many dynamic people. So we get caught up in that shit as humans, human nature. But to be, no, you laughing, nigga. You laughing. Your young ass better learn because they want your young ass in the chat. They want your young ass in the chat. So you better fucking get to learning.
I'm listening.
Because listen, we gonna dive in for your young ass. So you better learn this shit while we here.
All right, Grandpa, get to the point.
We treat Porta Rich like a preacher. We give him the drink.
And
tap him down.
And they treat treat me like a senior citizen, which I'm fine with. Pop Porta, Grandpop Porta, right? Even though like my other Jones call me Big Poppy Porta.
He's trying to have me call him.
Before the show, he tried to have Wally call him what? What was it?
That's because I just fuck with her though.
No, but what was it?
I
told her to call me Big Papa Porta.
Yeah.
Big Papa Porta.
We're not
like
doing that.
Oh yeah.
That's because I just like to fuck with her.
He liked to bid off me all the fucking time.
She was trying to be all serious when I first got here today. So it was like a real like all these serious. But I'm like, nigga,
She's
shake the
distracted.
fuck up. Like shake up, nigga. Have some of this Ciroc.
I haven't
nigga.
had none.
Shout
so
out to Diddy.
That's not what it is.
That's what I mean.
Diddy, listen.
I need
Somebody
some.
reach out to Diddy and tell Diddy, tell the whole revolt. We've been drinking this heavy, like, and we want to know what's up, man. How can we come together and make it make sense? You see, we could wipe all this shit out back here. Somebody holler at us.
Now, hold on real quick before we move
let's
on
go.
to the next subject that's actually kind of relates to this. It's like sometimes we have subjects lined up and the conversation actually just flows really good. But obviously, if a person goes on a date with Wally Water Kingdom, if they watch the show,
Wally Wonka's chocolate factory.
they watch the show.
They trying to go.
No, hold on, whoa. Listen.
She had her freak time.
They watch this show. So the idea that they're talking and auditioning and they know that you got exclusive coochie for a certain person.
Not coochie.
You do. You got exclusive coochie for a certain person while they, going out to the movie theater or something like that. What I'm telling you that it creates a bad foundation. Somehow, even when niggas accept it in the beginning, once the relationship starts, something starts popping in their head that all them first magical dates, you was going and getting piped out by whatever.
Well, that's because they didn't have the what? The what? They didn't have the what, Wally?
They didn't have the ticket.
They didn't have the fucking conversation.
Oh.
But
They
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
the golden
All I know
ticket.
is somebody's your microphone started buzzing electro or some
Me?
shit like
Hello?
that. Yeah. But anyway, let's get into this because we just talked about something. We talked about finances, when you should bring up those finances. And then obviously those things would come with kind of like conditions. Because if the person told you, yo, I make 20 bands a year, a lot of women is going to be like, well, I can't deal with him. He doesn't have enough income. I like him a lot, but that's just too low or whatever. So the actual question is, do y'all have unconditional love for people? Do y'all have unconditional love for people?
I've had unconditional love for people.
Same.
A certain person.
Word?
To the point that like I disregarded a lot.
Same.
And I was just like, whew. I look back at it now and I was like, damn, that was wild. That was wild. But I think at some point you kind of get a little wake-up call, not only with yourself, but, people around you will kind of wake you up. But yeah, it was super unconditional.
I do. but it can change.
Then that's not good. Then I feel like that's not
unconditional.
unconditional.
Then I don't then.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, then
Thank
I
you.
don't then.
Yeah.
But what
Only
do you
people,
have-
only people I got unconditional love for, and to be honest,
Kids.
I'm gonna be honest, right? It's the raw me.
I
I believe that I have unconditional love
For your
for
kids.
my children,
For your kids.
for my mother, right? But at the end of the day, I don't.
Yo.
And the only reason,
them
and the
kids.
only
Hey, yo.
reason, no, it's not fuck them
Hold
kids.
on, wait. I just want to say before he even explains. I agree. Continue.
I don't, right?
Wild.
Because no, it's not wild.
It's not. Go
It
ahead.
is wild.
No, because
It's
life
not.
is full of
It's
No,
the
but go
simple
ahead.
fact. It's the simple fact that if I say I do, you can do whatever the fuck you want to me, to my life, to my loyalty to you, everything, my kindness. You can run it through the ground and drag it, because you know that I've stated that I will never go nowhere on you, nigga.
Right.
I do not have unconditional love for nobody.
Yo, that's real. Yo, and this is why this is such
Okay,
an
I can
interesting question.
understand.
No,
Can
no.
we
I can
change? But
understand.
it's like it's not like because remember what I just said was like I did. I can't do that no more based off of circumstances.
Because I did, that's why I
I
don't
don't
now.
anymore.
Listen,
That's my
if my children wanted to go astray from what everything I've tried to embed in them and everything I've tried to teach to them, and they watching me now, living a positive lifestyle, getting up every morning working for mine. I'm not stealing, I'm not robbing, I'm not cheating, I'm not doing anything negative, right? And if I teach all this, and you decide to choose what one of your homies is teaching you, or what somebody else is telling you to do, whoever, and you go astray from what I'm teaching you, I have two choices, and we've talked about this before. A lot of time people be in the fire, right? Because you go the wrong direction. A nigga could be actually not in the fire and come back and reach his hand for you. You have to want to come out the fire, or else you're risky at pulling the nigga in the fire with you.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah, I wasn't even talking about that, but yeah.
But think about it. If you have unconditional love for someone, and this unconditional love causes you to be loyal to certain things and in certain ways to them, and it's actually negative shit that you have to be loyal to, you're being dragged in the fire.
Yeah, but there is people that could say, I love him to death. I have unconditional love for him, but I gotta stay away from him. I'm talking about I do have conditional love for everybody. I don't give a fuck. And this is just me. I understand how other people are. And I don't care if it's a child, brother, mother. I'm the type of person, the way I was even raised, you know what I'm saying, was based off of a person. I don't have like a closer bond to my brother just because he's my brother. I choose the people in my life. If I meet a stranger and that person's, personality, honor, all of that shit is of a certain caliber, and I click with them, I'm going to jump up for them faster than I'm going to jump up for my own brother if my brother doesn't have those same qualities. 100%. I'm not a person that believes in, like, when people say shit like blood is thicker than water, and I know, like, of course there's deeper meanings to that, but the basic meaning of that, where they like, yo, that's your cousin, you need to, I don't give a fuck, because I look at that as that's just biology. Everybody got to get on the planet somehow, so some of us got to be related.
Growing up, my parents, they always used to say to me, there's nothing you could ever do that'll stop me from loving you. And it's a lie, and I've learned it now.
Oh,
I mean, it was all conditional, and it was all to get me to like tell the truth. Like, what you did couldn't be as bad as what I did, so like, there's nothing you could ever do that'll make me stop loving you. Yes, there was.
The only reason, listen,
that's crazy that you said that though, because it's like when people say that, I feel like we got to be mindful of what we're saying, right?
Right, for sure.
And I think, like you said, Dev, like you pick and choose who you want in your life, right? And I think now I'm in that position. But I feel like if you would have caught me 5 years ago, I wasn't thinking like that. I had unconditional love for everybody.
Yeah.
And then that's when shit started to tarnish. And it's like, damn. But then the caveat to it is that there's people out here that really deserve that unconditional love. And we kind of stripping them from that because of what these other people.
Because they took advantage and you lost yourself.
I want to fix. No, I don't believe there's people that deserve that unconditional love. No, they deserve love. I don't believe anybody deserves unconditional love.
Why?
Because if it's always
I don't think it's even possible.
Listen. If you are a scumbag,
right?
If you just an evil rapist ass nigga,
Right.
I don't love you.
Right.
This is just what it is. I don't give a fuck. What happens is, I believe people love the idea they got of somebody. Their kid ain't shit. They a swindler. No, they a swindler, grimy, sociopath motherfucker. But they got this idea. I just remember when he was a sweet little boy.
No, he's a scumbag.
No, when he was a little boy, he just didn't have the power to do any of the grimy shit that he wanted to do. So you put in your brain, and like I said, this is just my opinion.
I understand it though.
So my mom,
I understand.
So I'm gonna keep it real. My mom that raised me, I believe she has unconditional love for me, right? Where if I went and did some horrible shit, she just gonna be like,
what if you stabbed her?
That's my baby.
What if you stabbed her?
I still think she would have that thought, like, that's my baby.
And you cut off her arm.
But I don't agree with her. What I'm saying is I don't agree with her. I don't have that for people. If you my family, if you my homie, I've had homies that robbed me. Did fucked up shit. I did love these people. And now it's like, I can't be like, you know what I mean? Bro did me dirty. I still love him. It's like, dog, I don't love you at all,
there's
my nigga.
Always something, there's always something that someone can do to you to make you stop from loving them.
And that's a condition.
The only reason in the beginning of this that I was going to say, kind of like, yes, I can have unconditional love for people, is because I did think about it. And Dev mentioned my kids from the rip, right? Because that's who I'm thinking about from the rip, right? And I'm thinking like, and the only reason I was going to say yes is because I do feel that some people we probably will almost damn near 9 times out of 10 love forever, but I may have to love you from afar. Which is another thing.
That's a different thing.
It exists. It's another thing. Like, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not nowhere near you. Yeah, it's still in my heart. You my brother. You my son. You my whatever. Like, so you'll always be here. But because you out there murdering people, because you out there, and I'm just giving scenarios, examples,
go ahead.
but because you out there murdering people, because you think it's cool to, because you may be cool with being like almost homeless and doing nothing and just cool with being addicted to drugs all your life.
Or cool with being evil, because some of these motherfuckers you got unconditional love for would kill you if they know you had the bag in your crib somewhere.
And that's true. That's true. In some scenarios, that's true. That could be a case.
It's in human nature though. Like we can't even figure out who's like that. Because the people that you think that ain't like that might be like that.
But some people reveal to you that they're like that based off of shit they do with your other homies or other family members. Like, yo, you stole that from cousin, or you did that from so and so. Hold on, dog. It's something wrong. It's something rotten in you that I can't fuck with. And for me, I don't have that that unconditional love. And I've tried also to love people from afar, right? And then they'll keep doing shit that makes it like, yo, I tried to even love you from afar and hold on to the old memory of you. That person is dead. I don't fuck with you no more.
It gets to a point where you can almost get held responsible for the karma. Like if a person is out there smoking motherfuckers, right? And you got unconditional love and you like, fuck it. This my day one. There's no way I could turn on them. Guess what? You might be there when the karma comes.
It's almost a weakness to love someone unconditionally because you can't.
It's a real thing.
Can't do anything.
100%
It's a blindness.
You know what it is too? Also, like sometimes you are responsible of why they ended up the way they did.
Oh, because you're an enabler.
Yup. They say because you still got love for them and you not giving them that tough love.
That tough love.
You are responsible for how they are. That's the crazy part.
Grandma.
Deep points.
That's real shit. That's real shit. So yeah, so Dev, he don't got that unconditional love for nobody.
I don't got it no more just because of that conversation.
Yeah, it's always a condition. I love good people. I could love a good person that fucks up a bunch of times. Because some people do make a lot of mistakes and shit like that. But I've come across some people that was just evil. And an evil person can be your kid. Your evil person could be your brother. An evil person could be your parent. The evil person could be any person. And I could tell you straight up that I could be like, oh no, I don't love that person. Straight up and down. Fuck all that.
The reason why I said what I said when I really thought about it, like just, the whole question, I agree with Dev, is like, niggas will take advantage of that. So no.
Yeah. Right.
So no. And again, yes, to a certain extent, but I will love you from afar. I can still treat you like we'll be almost like strangers. Because you're going left, I'm going right. And it just doesn't make sense.
Listen, man, before we get out of here, I want to do a was hot, now is not while they grab the wheel. Can we get the wheel out and all of that? You know what I'm saying? I want to do another was hot, now it's not. And y'all that watch the show already know we talk about something that was popping at one point, and now it is not. Walesca D, do you happen to have was hot, now it's not? You know what I'm saying?
I think what was hot at one time was just sorry, I'm talking away from the mic. To be honest, back in the day, people used to hide all the negative things that used to happen in families and stuff like that. I feel like it was hot to keep that private. And I feel like now that ain't it no more.
Niggas put it on Facebook.
Not on Instagram, on anything. They put it in your family group chat. Remember when Grandpop did X, Y, and Z? Like, niggas is bringing things up that you would have never thought.
I swear to God, I just had... shout out to Stan Cassidy, my brother. We just talked because our families are almost like one family. You know what I'm saying? They lived across the street, and there's so many crazy family dynamic secrets between the Huffs, the Robinsons, the Troutmans, the Cassidys. You know what I'm saying? That whole family, shit, nigga. That your BM's family. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. We all grew up. My mom and all of them all grew up on Cherry Street.
Okay, downtown.
And it's a super storyline to that. That's almost like fucking. It's like a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of shit in group chats and in Facebook, it's almost like the old people getting to a point of like not giving a fuck.
Yeah, they want to share the information.
Somebody's name will get brought up in the joint, and somebody will just say something crazy like, fuck him. He whoa.
I don't think they know. I don't think they know because it's happening in my family too. I don't think they realizing what they saying. Like my mom got cousins that they don't know who their dad is. My mom know who their dad is.
It's shit like that in my family.
My grandmom told her. But my mom's like, I can't be the one to share the information. Like, it's a lot of what we call in Spanish, bochinche.
And in Spanish, they got another saying for cousins make dozens. Los primos se priman.
Well, what's that number, the name again?
Bochinche.
We got bochinche.
Yeah.
Also, in our
family.
Porta Rich, you got a was hot, now it's not?
Yeah, I got a was hot.
Let's see if he.
Let's hope I get a new one. I ain't say this before because motherfuckers be like,
"Oh, it's okay."
Yeah. My memory be crazy, but and maybe it was just hot to me. I don't know, but why we don't use the car lighters anymore? The car lighters. Remember when car lighters turned red?
Yeah,
beaming red, and you
put on a cigarette.
Yeah, whatever you needed a light for, whatever you need a little light for, because we know it probably wouldn't spark everything up, but like cigarettes, weed, whatever you need a little joint, whatever. The car lighters came in handy. We needed to make sure that like now niggas just only use them for chargers. Niggas actually get new cars and throw the lighter away. Or lose
it.
Wait, do they get the new car?
Are they in the new cars?
Absolutely.
In my car, I got 21.
No, they come with a lid. They come with a top now. That just closes them. A cover.
Also, there's nothing in there that lights no more.
Exactly. They took the car lighters.
Oh, they took the car lighters out.
Wow, I feel stupid now. They took the car lighters because they do come with caps.
Yeah.
And they just turned them into like chargers.
Yeah, it's that certain kind of charger with the metal on the side.
Fuck all the car makers. Coming from a smoker. Wow.
Yo.
Nah, I'm playing.
Stupid.
Yo,
real shit.
my was hot now is not is regular fucking proms. Yo, you
my
got
God.
you got a prom now is like a motherfucking wedding, yo.
Yo.
If you sending your kid off,
It's
they
a
not
party.
they not fucking with a limo like where the parents might have chipped in back in the day
You need a
and
Lambo.
all bought the limo. Each one of them want to drive in their own limo. Own Lambo, own Wraith, own fucking.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. And don't get me wrong, I love her to death, ultimate hustler. But we gotta give some of this blame to country cooking.
Yeah, Saw did it. Saw did it in Philly. Saw did it in Philly.
She bringing camels and Dubai to Philly.
Fucked it up. She fucked it up.
She bringing Dubai to Philly. You set the bar, Saw. So listen,
Yo,
it's a
not only
compliment.
Saul, but not only Saul, let's shout out the Tasties. Miss Tasties.
Oh yeah, that's my homie. That's
Yo,
my homie.
What she did with
Shout
her
to
daughter.
Barb. Shout to Barb.
Barb had, I don't know how many cars lined up just for, they only got in one car.
Yo, it's
They
crazy.
only got in one car.
Yeah.
But there was, I guess the theme was like, I guess they had many options to pick. It was literally like 5-6 options. You had a Bentley, you had a Lamb. I mean,
Yeah.
it was, come on.
No,
Nah, the shit got ridiculous
That's
now.
That's big boss hog Barb over at Tasties. That's family.
Shout out to them,
Yeah,
yo.
ultimate hustlers.
Country cooking,
Listen,
salt.
you hustle. People hustle to do amazing things for their people, man. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we gotta salute it.
We know Dad not doing that.
Listen, man. I mean, I ain't gonna have no choice. By the time it's time for Christian to go to his joint, I
You want
already
a
know
plane,
I
you
got
need a
it.
jet. You need
What-
a PJ.
No. Guess what? I came in my first video helicopter.
What people-
might have to
you
have
know-
him land
Yeah.
on top of the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You
joint
know,
in
you
the
know what
helicopter.
people gotta do? People gotta actually like just make sure that they're living within their means and you're not living beyond your means. Stop watching what other people doing, right?
Facts.
And if you is watching what other people doing,
Yep.
let it motivate you.
Hello.
Let it motivate you to go ahead
Don't
and
be hating.
get it right and be able to do the same things. You know what I
Excuse
mean?
me, guys.
Don't do
I
it
got
out
the
of
wheel.
pocket. Let's go.
You want me to spin it?
Yeah, can you?
What you got?
Can you spin the wheel? Can you spin the
Hey,
wheel?
you
Can you spin
been
the wheel?
freaky lately.
Hello, leopard outfit on.
I know. We're gonna
Hey, hold on, somebody else got him in her butt cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
Water bottle stuck in the
Once
mouth.
again, Porta Rich goes and blocks the camera. He does exactly what he's not supposed to do. Hold on. Let me grab this camera. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm taking him. Uh-oh.
Monica, you gotta know how to twerk that booty, girl. I'ma twerk that.
Hey, yo. Yo, listen, yo, that's just a preview of Nasty Girl Wiley. You know it's coming soon. But for myself, for Walesca D, for Porta Rich, for the Nasty Girls, for Eliandos, for everybody, even for the other fucking viewers, man. Shout out to y'all. Make sure that y'all hit that.
There you go.
Listen, make sure y'all hit the thanks button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share the clips to your people. You feel what I'm saying?
That's fucked up. I'm being out to touch him. I'm not.
It's not for you. It's not for you.
Porter said, why can't he touch? You know what I mean? Listen, man. Yeah, we making y'all work today, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
I didn't need to do that.
That's right.